Hi, it's Christian here and welcome to another fly tying tutorial. Tonight I'm gonna tie this one. Go. There we go. A very translucent Grizzly Spey shrimp, this one. I've been talking a lot with Jonas Nilsson lately and he's inspired me a lot. Also for this one, made my own version of it, but yeah, he was some of the motivation for tying that one. And the shrimp requires some Veevus GSP thread, and this is the dubbing I used for this one. This is the light olive dun STF dub mixed up with 50/50 of white STF dub. It's really light. It's a long fire but very nice dubbing that creates a very translucent fly when you use this stuff. The hook is the Ahrex light stinger in size 6. I need some Raidzap UV resin, some Veevus flatbraid. This is pearl, some midge less pearl, and some of that one. This is pardo, Grizzly pardo from Whiting, Krogh, and this is also from Whiting. This is the expensive stuff. This is my Grizzly Spey. I need that as well. A little bit of that. Some Easyshrimpeyes. These are extra small black ones. And finally a little bit of spot prawn semi-sealed up. That's it for this little very translucent space shrimp. Here we go. Now we're ready. This is the one. Grizzly Spey shrimp. And in my vise I took the light stinger NS 122 in size 6 and I put on some white Veevus GSP just to cover my shank. I'm gonna start off by taking a little bit of this spot prawn semi-sealed up to add a bit of a tiny strike point down here at the end. The curve here when it starts to curve the hook. Cheated a bit in advance. That's to a Grizzly pardo Krogh feather, small one. I'm gonna tie that in the tip here, like that. And just make a small tackle down here. Then I'm gonna grab a bunch of my mix of light olive dun, STF and white. I'm just gonna strengthen and align the fibers by pulling and laying on top. And then I grab a little bunch here and tie in on top. Something like that. Get rid of the rest here. And with that done, it's time for some Easyshrimpeyes. Black ones. extra small. Tie them in top, and I'm not gonna. Sometimes I remove some of the plastic or the material it's made of, but I'm not gonna tie it all into a little bit of a volume for the fly and some. Give some of the shape as well, cone shape. Maybe I'm gonna make sure they're not going anywhere. Make sure they are straight when you do this. And then I'm gonna take a little bit of this stuff. My pearl midge flesh. I think this is one I'm using the most, to be honest. Really nice one. Trying to find two straight ones. There we go. Tie them in on top. Not on top of each other, but on top of the fly. A little bit of room between them so they don't just go as a straight line. Make a little space between them, so they hopefully go out a little bit as antennas. I don't think the trout's gonna notice anyway, to be honest, but yeah, you know how it is. Then I'm gonna grab another pardo, Grizzly, Krogh feather, maybe slightly bigger, much, about the same size, something like that. And I'm gonna tie that in as well. Then I am going to grab a Grizzly Spey feather. These can be hard to come by. Maybe a grey one could do as well. Make a grey version. Nonetheless, I'm gonna tie it in at the tip, right here, just in front of the Krogh I just did. You don't get a more translucent material than the Spey, to be honest, in my opinion. But it's so damn expensive, hard to get a hold of. That's the annoying part. But I'm gonna take my Spey here and close tabs here, pull back on the fibers, nice and easy, slow. And just tighten it up, clean it up. And tie a little bit above or over the material as well. There you got a nice tail, legs or mouth parts or what the fuck this. Sorry, the end of the fly here. There's a lot of movement now, and then I'm gonna make a big a duping loop here. Just where I ended. And take my double. Got these ones, the blue ones from Spey. and put that to the side for later use. And we're back at where we started, and I'm gonna take some of this stuff, Veevus pearl flatbraid. This stuff, see, really nice. Show you. There we go. Try that in. And then just cover the whole shank. That done, I'm gonna take this stuff, the Raidzap UV resin, the thin one, because this one is gonna make the fly even more doable, like this. Then we give the flatbraid a bit of Raidzap UV resin, but also gives a kind of green glow for some reason, pearly glow. The glow from the flatbraid, it gets even brighter with a layer of resin, in my opinion. So that's why. But also to withstand some small sea trout teeth. Then it's time for putting something in the dubbing loop, and then that's gonna be this stuff, the STF. I'm gonna, as you can see, I'm gonna align the fibers again, and it takes a bit more. But when you've got a bundle of this stuff and it's aligned, the fibers, I'm gonna spread it out in a very thin layer here on my thigh or on the table or whatever. Can't really show you, but just a sec. Then I'm gonna put that in my dubbing loop. And the thinner you do this, the more translucent the fly is gonna get. Like this. Okay. Put that in my loop. And it's important to get an even layer. Can't be holes or places where there's more than others. Try to spread it out in gently. When you're satisfied, then just spin your loop. Like that. And then it's time for your brush. Usually use the brush first, and then just to get the fibers out a little bit, but also with your needle. Then take your little loop here and move forward while pulling back on the materials, of course. Here I'm going to give it a little bit extra. Now I'm gonna move forward, put some tension on the loop, and then make sure there are a little bit of room between each wrap so that you can see the green flatbraid, pearl flatbraid underneath. And you can stop while going forward and brush so we don't brush tie down materials. Moving a bit again. Got a friend who makes something similar and uses a pink flatbraid down here for winter fishing, winter flies, similar to this one, or without the Spey though, but that's an idea as well. Looks really nice. Well, I'm at the eye now. A little bit of room left, and then I'm gonna block the loop here. So. Right. And then brush. And at the very end, I found another small Grizzly Spey feather, and I'm tying here at the very end, just before the eye. Sorry, my voice is a little rusty today. Sick all week, so got the man flu, I think. So this might be the last movie. Who knows? This is just to add extra movement. This stuff, extra layer of translucent, moving fibrous stuff. At least that was the idea. I only have room for 2 wraps, maybe 2.5. Good. Secure that. And then it's just a question of whip finish and varnish, and then it's job done. It wasn't too hard, was it? That was it for today. A little very translucent Grizzly Spey shrimp. Lots of movement going on, and those green pearl colors looks amazing in the water. I hope you enjoyed it. Well, subscribe and look at some of my other content, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.